together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
All right, good morning. Good morning. Check some things. All right, we're good there. Happy Friday. I know I'm about 10 minutes late. I have my reasons. So.
Know about Juneteenth.
Watch the videos. Yeah. So we're having the estate sale again today. All right. People are freaking rude, man. They just walk anywhere around, and it's just. So, because the estate sales upstairs, that has nothing to do with down here. There's signs everywhere. So I wouldn't lock the doors. Now they can't get through there. Nobody can get through it, including my wife. That's just too bad. That's just too bad. All right. Talk about boundaries. Running around locking doors. Oh. And then they act like, what? What? Can't trust. That's kind of what this is. See, there's different levels of trust. There's different ways to trust. Good example is I have one friend where if I can trust, like if I tell her something really, really private, I know for a fact it'll stay with her. I can trust that, right? But if I'm going to have her show up to an important meeting, yeah, I can't trust her. It's just how it is, man. When it comes to that, I can't trust her on that. So trust is a lot more than just give and take and what we do with it. I got to fix the thing behind me. Cats keep coming in here tearing stuff up. Knocked over my computer, unplugged my microphone. Little jerks, man. Little jerks. All right. I just so much enjoy all of the clamor over my head. It's just something I enjoy. How about you? Okay. Sorry. Oh. I'm in a decent mood. It's just I'm trying to have patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. All right. So I'm going to start out by reading out of As Bill Sees It. This is As Bill Sees It. It's a collection of his writings between grapevine, different letters he's written. This one was a letter that was written in 1966, talking about blind trust. So I didn't do introductions. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or rewatch. Right now, it's me and Patricia. We're going to talk about trust, blind trust, different types of trust. Chipmunk, good to see you. Hi, Dion, hand orange, covering eyes, hand purple, blue, peace. It didn't make it, it just described it. I'm just getting started. All right. Most surely, there can be no trust where there is no love, nor can there be real love where distrust holds its malign sway. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you seeing it? Where are you up to? I think this has a lot to do with jealousy. What do they say that is number one most important thing in a relationship? They say it's trust. They say it's trust. I don't even have it. Here, watch. You can get to my phone. I don't give a fuck. Looky. No password. I have a password. What the fuck do I need a password for? Just makes it inconvenient to get to my phone. I have anything to hide. My wife and I have never hid our phones from each other. Ever. And do I know her passcode? No, I don't think I do. What does it matter? I don't need in her phone. Trust me. She's not doing anything silly. I already know that. Something, I watch people flirt with her. She doesn't even fucking know. Okay. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. So where there is no love, there is no trust. In the beginning, what is it that we're going to trust? Well, in the beginning, we're going to start by trusting the process. And we do that by watching other people. And we see how they're working the program. We see how they're getting things out of the program, how it's working for them. We see how they have happiness and joy in their lives. And we kind of want some of that too. Do we not? I know I did. But does trust require that we be blind to other people's motives or indeed to our own? No, not at all. Okay. So when it comes to trust, you can trust people different ways. Hey, Jill, good to see you. You can trust people different ways. Just like earlier I was saying, I have a friend. I can trust that she'll keep whatever I say to her. But if I want her to show up to an important meeting, it ain't going to happen. I can trust the fact that she is not going to make it. That is a trust. Okay? That is a trust. Even though it might be in what we call bad connotation. No. This is what I'm doing. I'm removing any expectations that I might have of this person. Okay? Can I trust them to fail? Yes, of course I can. Why? Because just like me, they're human and they're going to make mistakes. So when they fail, it's not of me to go, no, it's me to go, yep, I've been there too. And to give a hand. Hey, let's get back up. And you can trust that my hand will be there because it'll continue to be there. You can trust that God's hand is going to be there because it's happened to you more than once. Okay? Trust isn't just about one thing. Trust isn't so static. Okay? It moves a lot. And depending on what the situation is and what it is that you're dealing with is going to give you different types of trust. Okay? Hi, Ingrid. Good to see you. Most certainly, we should assess the capacity for harm as well as the capability for good in every person that we would trust. Such a private inventory can reveal the degree of confidence we should extend in any given situation. Yeah. It was a little tricky. I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. You need to be able to see the danger in other people. But the only way that you're going to be able to do that is by accessing your own dangerous part. Does that make sense? Doesn't mean you need to utilize it. Notice before I've talked about that you have to, in a sense, be a dangerous person. Because otherwise, you're not going to see it in other people. It's still a part of you. That's okay. It's all right. Okay? But that intuition will kick in. Okay? Because part of me recognizes the dangers in me. And it also recognizes the dangerous in them. And if we can both recognize it, then we can bring that together and actually do something about it. Okay? So in order to detect bullshit, you gotta have your bullshit detector on. That means you're gonna need to access a part of you may have put away. No. Every part of you is valuable. Every part of you is valuable. It just depends on how you use it. So certainly it says here, we should assess the capacity for harm as well as the capacity for good in every person that we would trust. Okay? Right? And that's going to take a degree of honesty. Here we are back to internal honesty. Okay? It's going to take a certain level of honesty with yourself. You're going to need to be able to put your own feelings aside. Right? You're going to have to put your own feelings aside so that you can assess this. Is this person can I trust this person? To what degree can I trust them? It's okay. I love you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope things get better for you today. I love you, Ingrid. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. However, this inventory needs to be taken in the spirit of understanding and love. Nothing can so much bias our judgment as negative emotions of suspicion, jealousy, or anger. So if you do not involve your own emotions in this, then guess what? That won't happen. Because it's not about you. It's not about you. You already taken care of your stuff. You've already taken care of your stuff. You shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. We're going to get into another kind of trust after this. Having vested our confidence in another person, we ought to let him know of our full support. Because of this, more often than not, he will respond magnificently and far beyond our first expectations. In other words, we have decided that we're going to approach this person differently with an understanding of love and compassion. Because let's remember what we need to give the newcomers. We need to allow them to be as honest as they can. And sometimes that's not going to be much at all. That's not going to be much at all. The first honest thing I think I said when I got here was, I don't know. And it's still but for me now to say I don't know, I think is unthinking. The thing is I do know. I know the difference between right and wrong. I know when my behavior is unacceptable. I know when changes need to be made. I know when not to trust somebody. There's certain indicators. And unfortunately, you got to watch almost every single one of them anymore. It still scares me when suddenly we have people just appear. All of a sudden, they're just on the scene. We've got a year of sobriety, and and they're going off and they're doing these things, in the name of the Lord. So you got to understand that there's some people out there that are speakers and things like that. These people are not AA members. They are sober. Don't get me wrong. Okay, but it's usually through the church, which I think is great. That's awesome, fantastic. I don't care. Okay, but let's remember that there's a little bit different of a side. Okay, there's some people out there. Who's a great example? Michael Fiore is a great example. Fantastic dude, great dude, love him. Right, speaks really well. He's got a passion. I wish he had a little bit more sobriety, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay. Great guy, but he's not an AAer, and that's okay too. That's okay. So he leans more towards the Christian portion, and he talks about Jesus and brings up the Bible, things like that. And we need those things too, right? We need all of those things. Okay. Can I trust him? Sure. Do I know him? No. Okay. But I'm going to have to give that person at least some of my trust, because in a sense, he's almost out there talking for us, right? So I need to be able to trust that person. Right? And him, I do. I've looked into him. He's a good guy. So, what is another kind of trust? That would be faith without works is dead. Our faith in God. And that's going to start out with a blind trust. Okay? We're going to get to that third step, and we're going to have to jump off that cliff. This is how we used to describe it. You're going to jump off a cliff. That's what you do in the third step. You grab everything and you jump. Okay? God will catch you. God will catch you in the fourth step. Okay? But it is a blind trust. Have you ever done a trust fall where you fall backwards and hope that everybody catches you? Yeah. It's kind of like that. Only a lot deeper, a lot more meaningful. Okay? In fact, that is God's love language, is trust. He loves trust. He loves it when you trust in him, when you believe in him. He loves it. Don't you want to show love back to the thing that has saved your ass? Hold on a second. That door you can open at the top of the stairs. I heard somebody open it. If you don't shut it all the way, the cats get out. That's what I'm talking about. Get out of my house. All right, so we have this portion to read. So let's read this, and we'll call it. All right. I am not a victim of others, but rather a victim of my expectations, choices, and dishonesty. When I expect others to be what I want them to be and not who they are, when they fail to meet my expectations, I am hurt. Aw, poor thing. You're not going to get any empathy from me on that one. You're not going to get sympathy from me on that one. Nope. I gain confidence. When my choices are based on self-centeredness, I find I'm lonely and distrustful. I gain confidence in myself, however, when I practice honesty in all my affairs. When I search my motives and am honest and trusting, I'm aware of the capacity for harm in situations and can avoid those that are harmful. Excuse me. So different types of trust, different levels of trust, different ways we can trust. Faith without works is dead. Right? And at some point, you're going to need to utilize these things. Okay. At some point in your life, you're going to need to call attention to yourself for your own truth. Okay. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a good Friday. I love you. Peace out and have a day.